How long were you in Malaya for?
Until I was 10 years old.
So you were born there?
Yes, I went to school there. This is my house in Malaya, and that's the front garden. We had a circular driveway, and the carport was right in the front under the apex of the roof. I loved that home. The windows on the right-hand side, that was my bedroom. The front window was really the dining room. But then there was a doorway into my bedroom on the side there. And on the left-hand side, extreme left, it was my parents' bedroom. And of course we had this wide veranda, closed in, sort of protected veranda, where my parents used to play cards. And there was the living room right in the front of it. And it was all very, very attractive. We had a lovely archway that the car used to drive in and then round the circular and come back the other way. That's me in the driveway there, in the carport. I think I was about 6 or 7, yeah. Now, what was the name of the car? That was a Triumph Glory. It was my father's pride and glory. It was a lovely car. That's my mother. She was a very slim lady. Me in my traditional outfit with my fuzzy hair, and always had to wear sand shoes because of tapeworm in the garden, in the lawn. We used to get worms very easily. You can see how tall I was getting. At the age of 7, I was getting up to her height, and when I was 10, I was taller than she was. And when I was at school in Perth, finished my schooling in Perth in Australia, I had to have a special desk for me because I was too tall. Here we come. We can see the archway. They're all bougainvilleas, beautiful bougainvillea, and that was the main road to the village. Father was very proud of growing lettuce in the sunshine. And I don't know, his passion was gardening, though he was an engineer, but his passion was gardening. He loved gardening. But there's the front driveway, and that's out there. And then round the corner, that was a great big lawn where we trained the dogs for shows, for dog shows. My mother had a dog kennel, and we really, honestly, we had 125 dogs. That's including all the puppies. There you see me again with all the puppies. You can see how fuzzy my hair. No wonder my boys got fuzzy hair. Training the dogs for show on the left-hand side there. That was the servants' house. You can see right at the end where they dry the clothes, where all the clothes are hanging up, right at the back there. We had quite a few servants, and we had an armour and a cook, a houseboy, a garden boy. You can see clearer now. We had a chauffeur, the gardener, and more of the garden. Was a very big garden. We had 6 big trees. We had 3 rambutan trees and 3 durian trees. They were very big trees. There's a durian tree, and in front of it were all tomatoes. My father grew tomatoes in them. And in the ahead is the house that belongs to the Malays, and they were Muslims, and he used to be the muezzin. Used to sing the at dawn break. He used to wake all the Muslims up with the Allah, Allah.
Oh, okay. I'm sure he'd woke everyone up with it, not just the Muslims.
Well, apparently I used to, when I woke up, my mother said I used to roll my little carpet from our bed and roll over and go and be a little Muslim girl.
Okay.
There you are, you see all the tomatoes there. And there's one of the little garden boys. And you see the hedge, that's a bamboo hedge. They used to make a thick bamboo hedge. And I can remember that we used to get the Amma was my nurse and cook. They had a little boy called Ting. And Ting and I used to cut the bamboo and make a little, what do you call those little peanut shot? You know, you
A slingshot or something.
Eh?
A slingshot?
Not a slingshot, but you used to put a pipe and you used to put wet newspaper in the hole and you
A pea shooter.
Pea shooter. Yeah. So that was fun.
Cool.
Made our own little pea shooters and a slingshot. You can see the garden. That's a hothouse that grew other things, more tomatoes, I think. I'm not sure what was in there, but my father we were self-sown for salads and vegetables.
How big was the plot of land?
Oh, I never know. Very, very big. Very big. This is my bedroom window. And I might add that you could hear in the night time, we had shutters for our windows, and then the windows were sort of as tall as doors. And we had these great big shutters if it rained in, we had to close like a door. They were like a door. And then we had railings to hang out. And I used to hear the tigers roam around the garden. And I used to open the door and have a look, and there's the tiger looking at me and me looking at the tiger. I can really remember that very, very well.
Tigers roaming around the garden?
Yeah.
Wow.
And cobras.
Tigers and cobras.
Yeah.
I suppose that you would remember that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I remember cobras all right. They used to be under my bed or in my bed, or I used to scream for Mum and Dad, yeah.
Dear.
You see this fir tree? It looks like a fir tree, and I remember Father used to light all that up for Christmas. And just by my bedroom window, yeah. I think I was a bit of a spoiled child. There's me at boarding school at the age of 6. I went to boarding school. I'm outside my classroom. We had a grey and blue uniform, grey skirt and a blue shirt. It rained quite a bit we were right up in the hills called Cameron Highlands. And that was, it could get cold and it could get wet. And we had winter was Biella time uniform and which is, for the cold weather. And then we had cotton for summer. Yeah, beautiful school. There I am with the 4 others. It was a school for boys up to the age of 10 and girls for later on. These girls became my best friends at school, especially the one on the right. I remember her name was Muriel Elphingston, and I was very, very fond of her. The school, just the nuns had the school. There were French nuns, the Notre Dame nuns. Ponce Notre Dame was the name of the school, and there were French nuns, and they just opened that year that I went to boarding school, and I was the first girl to enter into the portals of the church, and then the next day a few others came in. Just one other child came in. We had nights together. Yeah, that's the playground we had. And we were there for about a week before much more came in. That's having a seesaw with somebody's daddy on the one end. Don't ask me where I am, but I think it could be from the gentleman. You can see the girl that's facing me. You can see it's my hair.